Namaskar. Welcome to India International. In the month of May, Nepal released a new map which in the month of June became the constitutional amendment and part of the Nepalese constitution. They released a new map which shows Lipulekh and Kalapani, the erstwhile disputed areas between India and Nepal, as part of Nepal. Earlier this month, Pakistan also released a new map which was inaugurated by their Prime Minister Imran Khan, and this map interestingly shows Junagadh, which is the part of the current state of Gujarat of India, as part of Pakistan. In fact, one of the interesting facts about this map is that Junagadh does not even have geographical contiguity with the territory of Pakistan. India continues to show entire Jammu and Kashmir, which includes Pak occupied Kashmir, Gilgit and Baltistan, as its own territory, and China shows routinely parts of Arunachal Pradesh as well as parts of Aksai Chin as its own territory. It appears that nation states of South Asia are fighting territorial wars through cartography. So why are maps important and why are they becoming bone of contention in this part of the world? Modern nation states are territorial states, which means that these nation states, at least theoretically, have well-defined territory with well-demarcated boundaries. Most of them do have well-defined territory with well-demarcated boundaries, but many of them don't. Territories which are claimed simultaneously by two nation states actually constitute the boundary disputes. And South Asia perhaps has most number of existing unresolved boundary disputes in the world. Why do nation states use cartography or maps as instruments in boundary disputes? There can be two reasons for it. First of all, while two or more nation states claim a certain territory, only one of them is in actual occupation of it. Thus, nation states use cartography or maps as an instrument to establish de jure claim on the territory that is in de facto occupation of another state. So, Junagadh is part of India. It has access to India soon after independence. Until about 1960s, Pakistani maps continued to show Junagadh as part of Pakistan, after which they dropped those maps. Now they have resurrected the claim and have shown Junagadh as part of Pakistan in their newly released map. The Maharaja of Kashmir, the erstwhile Maharaja of Kashmir, integrated his entire state with India by an instrument of accession. However, the parts of his state even at that time were in de facto occupation of Pakistan. And we can see both India and Pakistan continue to show the entire state of Maharaja of Kashmir as their own territory. China never accepted McMahon Line as the boundary between itself and India. Its own perception of India-China boundary in Tibet and northeastern India is well to the south of the British proposed McMahon Line, and thus they continue to show that territory as part of China. There is a second reason for using the maps, and that is maps can be an instrument of altering status quo over disputed territories. Aksai Chin perhaps is a very good example of it. India shows it as part of Ladakh, but China claims much of the territory as its own. In 1962, China attacked it and came well inside the Indian claim territory. The current line of actual control is much to the west and south of the Indian claim, and China wants to push it further inside the Indian claim territory. Earlier in May, India opened a road linking Limpiadhura to Lipulekh, which is a part of disputed territory between Nepal and India, Lipulekh Kalapani area. Immediately after that, Nepal claimed Lipulekh and Kalapani on its map, thus attempting to change the status quo on the disputed territory by claiming the territory to be Nepalese. We can also take a look at India's new map of Jammu Kashmir, or the erstwhile Jammu Kashmir state. Now that India has bifurcated the state and there are two union territories, namely Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, the Indian map shows Gilgit-Baltistan as part of Ladakh region, the Ladakh Union Territory, and not as part of Jammu and Kashmir. Interesting enough, because perhaps it is the intention to separate the question of Gilgit-Baltistan from the question of Kashmir. Let's be very sure. China has mastered the art of altering territorial status quo through cartographic route, and they have extended it to the maritime domain as well by using hydrography. They have drawn long back what they call the 9-dash line. It's a famous line, and by using the 9-dash line, they have extended claims to various territories in the South China Sea, claiming that South China Sea, entire South China Sea, as their own. Well, claims and counter-claims on maps are therefore very effective political diplomatic instruments. Thank you for watching this episode. Please leave your comment in the comment box.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.